feel like I look like a homeless person every time I shoot these videos. Or maybe that's just the way I look. Okay, it doesn't matter. What's up guys, my name is Amar and I'm just a random underwater hockey dude. I've been away from YouTube for a little while. I've been just a bit busy, but I'm back. Today I wanted to bring you a different type of video with less training, less swimming, and focus more on the good stuff, on the game specific stuff that we all enjoy. So, what went right and what went wrong? This is the name that I wanted to give to a series of videos where I randomly picked some videos and games that I had in my head that I found interesting at the time. And for this one I got some from Junior Worlds in Sheffield last year? No, when I forgot what year we are.
Where's my mom and dad?
Yeah, maybe 2018.
What year is it?
2019. They're kind of recent and they were at 3 meters. 3 meters help us to see things much better because there's more space and things happen way slower than in 2 meters. Often in 2 meters things can get pretty messy. The intention of this video is merely educational, and although I'll go in depth in some situations and things that are happening, the intent is not to do a proper game analysis. I don't have a lot of information of what was happening in the big scheme of things. So I won't go too deep into formation, strategies and stages of the game. Basically, I just wanted to check situations that I found interesting and point out what went right and what went wrong, and speculate about what those players or those teams could have done differently to change the outcome of that situation. Also, me talking trash from the comfort of the couch is pretty easy.
Now stay tuned for 6 hours of exciting football action.
Well, bye-bye belt.
But once we're underwater, exhausted, running out of air, and trying not to die is way different. So I really don't want to try and criticize players or coaches or anybody because I already know how hard and how challenging is our sport. Also, my intention is not to unveil any secrets or anything like that. I don't have secret agents around the world trying to steal information. My comments are just based in my experience and observation. And of course, no one has the absolute truth of things, and I might be wrong in some of my points, and it's just my opinion. So just remember that it's just my opinion. And I would love to hear yours. If you agree or disagree, just let me know in the comments below so we can create like a positive discussion so we all learn from it. Before we start, I want to thank to the sponsor of this video, which is myoctopus.com. Myoctopus.com is an online shop where you can buy cool underwater hockey clothes like the one I'm rocking right now. It's super cool, super good quality, so go and have a look. Founded by the handsome and successful underwater hockey player Christophe Auchan. Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh, Dexter, Dexter. French is the language of love. Oh, say it again, Dexter. Omelette de fromage.
Sorry, I wish my French wasn't as awful. I got mine and I already love it. So check out the link in the description below and you will get a $5 discount for your order. I also want to say thanks to Eric Strelly and Navis John for letting me use the footage and the clips that I'm going to present today. They've been doing a great job at showcasing our sport and presenting it to the world. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so here we have under 24 Turkey versus New Zealand for the semi-final at World Championships. It was a very fun game from memory. So let's see what happened here. Let's go a little bit forward. gonna get the commentators pretty low so it doesn't interfere with my voice. So strike, congested as one would think. Little drive from the Kiwis, stoppage. Okay, let's go forward. So here we have probably is the first like more clear attack that New Zealand does. So he swims the puck in front, like across the pool, driving the wall channel. 45 to the inside, he gets tackled, and somehow they manage to find space through the center channel. So Turkish team is not really sure if they should engage the wall or the middle, and they found the space, and they just lack a little bit of numbers there to keep it in the center channel. And Turkey's defense was pretty solid and resets to the corner. So we have free puck for New Zealand here. So this one is interesting. So we can see all of New Zealand players are behind the puck. So they have like a setup play where they don't put players in front of the puck, which is nice and interesting. So they just preparing driving numbers through the center. Let's see if they manage to get a little chip and chase, and let's see if they have they find the gap to make it go through. They don't, and Turkish team manage to reset the puck to sub bench. Probably the success of this reset is the Turkish team stays down, and once the player that resets the puck on the wall gets it there, he's kind of patient and he waits for support. And then we have these players outside of the wall checking that the puck doesn't spill to the inside, so they keep it safe in there, and they do so. Okay, we have a stoppage here, which is for New Zealand. Drive center channel. I think he rushed there because he finds a space here through the center channel. I think he dummies that guy, and we have this defender. He's mad. He's just holding his space. He doesn't commit to him, so he just basically just waiting, and he just tries to make him do an early decision. He kind of extends his hand a tiny bit. So look at him. He's just very smart, and he makes him flick, and then he just has enough space to curl and reset. So perfect decision for a defender. Safety is on the wall. He stops the drive and then resets the puck. Turkey keeps the puck on the channel. Numbers trying to start a drive, and then we have them swimming into space, which we don't see them do it that often. So let's go back a little bit. So they're driving the wall, and then they see someone open in the center, flick and chase, and then the left forward joins, and it's a great drive on 45, which probably New Zealand wasn't expecting. They were more like taking care of the wall channel. He could have, instead of like fighting them and trying to swim the puck even more, at this point I think there's no point to keep swimming into this corner, because that's what New Zealand wants, to go to that corner. So if instead he just keep possession and he just try to curl himself, or to find space, someone behind him, and keep the puck in this area, so it would have been more ideal for his team, I think. Anyway, that doesn't happen. Yeah, he didn't really have the chance to control that puck, and then we have a call. Okay, so now we have New Zealand one player down and advantage for Turkey. So let's see what Turkey does. They prefer to go to the wall channel. Unlucky flick to his own teammate, and probably what you don't want to do when your player's down, especially in 3 meters, is to move the puck too much, like to shift it from one channel to the other. Too much because you have less players to cover distance, especially in 3 meters. So here we see New Zealand's defender, number 10 I think he is. So he rips the puck and he has the option of going wide. So he could have gone and trying to find space and find an outlet to swim around, but he decides to stay in the channel. Probably that was the wise thing to do. And he stays there, but he gets into traffic again. Not a big deal. You're one player down. You don't want to swim more than what you need. New Zealand still with one player down and advantage for Turkey. So here's where controversy starts. So we have here Turkish players and they kind of move forward. So in my eyes, so of course the point of this video is not to talk so much about rules and stuff, but we have the 3 forwards here, and once the defender takes the puck, they swim forward. And I think once you swim forward and you make contact with the opposition team, which is the case here, then you're causing an obstruction. I think the Turkish defender makes a good job at shoveling the puck without making contact or with pushing anyone around, but probably the foul comes from the forward line, which is swimming and moving forward. Yeah, they don't manage to keep it centered. And New Zealand does a good job at staying just down. So the successful bit of the reset is that they just stay down and commit to get that win the ground, their ground, and hold their ground, resetting the puck, holding it, not rushing the swimming forward, just staying there, rotating, doing a good job. Now they have that extra forward now, and from there they start. It's on. They start the drive, which was really cool. So let's just go back a little bit. So they reset the puck here. They're patient. They wait for backup. Once they have the numbers and once they found space, and then this guy, what's his number? Is he number 2? So he makes something risky, but in this case was the right thing to do. Yeah, I think it was number 12. So we can see him here. So he sees Turkish players are really committed and engaged on this wall. So he says, screw that, I'm going through this window. So he just sees there's a window here. Like Turkish pressure is perfect. He sees that window and he goes for it. And he's successful at that. So he swims with it, beats the guy in the sprint, and then he gets the double team. So that was awesome backup from his teammate, and they start the drive. They keep the puck, don't losing it, resetting the drive, curling, and they're relentless. They don't stop coming. The only thing they could have done better there is just to keep the puck at the end of the drive, because the Turkish guy getting control of the puck, it is a problem for the drives, for the purpose. One of the main things in underwater hockey is body position. So if you don't manage to stick your body to the floor, then someone else will, and you lose that possession of the. So he doesn't have the chance to get flat on the bottom and curl and recycle the puck. He loses it. Yeah, probably number 12 could have curled the puck instead of pushing it. Let's see. Yeah, I think he has now two options. He can just push and try to break through and swim towards the goal tray, or he can be patient, read the puck and find space somewhere else. He goes for the power and he loses the puck, unfortunately. Yeah, defender gets flat on the bottom, resets the puck, stays down, patient, waits for the backup. Second half, and we have advantage for Turkey. They're one player down, 20 seconds to go. So drive to the corner, fighting the wall. Swimming all the way down. So they're back on 6 and their rotation is relentless. A lot of pressure. Then we have one more rotation getting there. They don't have the puck, but you see always one player coming from behind. They win that back wall and they keep drilling it. And one of the refs sees something and they just won for themselves a penalty shot. So yeah, those are like the advantages of being physically strong, that you can use small spaces and muscle people around. So I think, if I'm not wrong, they scored here. Yeah, smart flick and goal for Turkey. So now we have the strike after the goal. Right after we go win, Turkey wins it. The Kiwi back opens that game and they start a really nice drive through the center and they stay down. So it's on. So if you see numbers down staying down, it's because it is on. And let's see if they manage to keep it centered. No, unfortunately, Turkish team. So let's see a little bit more of that drive. So a Kiwi center or fullback, he gets the puck, he flicks it wide, swims, center the puck, and they stay down. They stay down. They try to center that puck, but just Turkish defenders do a really good job at resetting the puck to the corner. So that's a shame. That was a beautiful strike, a beautiful drive from New Zealand. Just Turkish players were good, and now they have fresh legs. Ooh. And it's on now, so the counter is on, and they stay down. Boo. New Zealand. Thing is, that's even his forward that comes down. He has to reset that. Yeah, so I would like to review these because it is super cool and interesting, I find. Let's see the whole thing. So Turkish reset the puck on the corner. So they just defended a very clear chance of getting a goal against. But they get fresh legs. And fresh legs means it's go time. So they got one fresh guy and then he get the other one, the left-handed, and he keeps swimming. And once you have fresh legs in, it's go time. The guy doesn't stop, and so you have your team already tired from that first drive, and then you need to stop someone fresh, right? So that's really hard, really physically demanding. I think the New Zealand player, he's here and instead of flicking straight into the wall, he goes a little bit more like straight sort of flick, and probably was too high, so his teammate wasn't even expecting it. So you're just setting up the opposition just to hit that puck and drive towards your own goal tray. So I think Once you stop a drive, you need to be really aware that your team might be struggling physically, right? And that is not probably the best option. So yeah, patience, guys, patience. Once you get that puck safe, don't rush. You don't need to attack straight away. You can be more patient. Wait for the backup. Okay, we go fast forward a few minutes and we have a free puck for Turkey. And we see again that forward line move, swimming forward without the puck, which is kind of controversial. And again, the shoveling from the Turkish back, which is not necessarily a foul, it's just that controversial. So player number 6, he gets the puck, he sees the player and he flicks and chases, but in my eyes could have just kept the puck here safe, or you flick and chase if you see someone else you can double team with, so you can create a drive. If you're by your own, it's kind of risky, especially if you just defend it. And now Turkish player has the option into finding all the space. So the only thing he should have done there, in my opinion, is just recycle the puck and create a drive. Instead of that, he rushes and he's like, okay, you wanna beat me? I'm going to beat you back. I'm gonna push that puck again. So he gives him the puck again, and he gives him the puck back. So yeah, let's just see it all together. He gets the puck, he defends good, he reset. He's like, no, you get the puck. No, you get the puck. No, you get the puck. I don't want it. So yeah, patience is probably more important there. Keep the puck safe, and of course, when you're tired, you can't really think that clearly a lot of times. And they defend here very clear. So you can see this player is probably more patient and experienced, so he gets the puck. And the first thing he wants to do is rip it and center it. So he creates that chance for someone else in his team. Okay, now we have, if we go a few minutes forward, we have free puck for Turkey. And we have this Turkish forward clashing against the Kiwi. So that's a clear screening foul. Refs couldn't see that one. Maybe he didn't mean to. He was just trying to go. But he should have just jumped behind that forward instead of fouling him. Probably he would get more out of it by just swimming on top of him and being an option on the outside, so he can flick into this wall rather than just fouling the guy. The defender with the puck sees a different window, so he swims through it, gets dispossessed, and now the Kiwis find space. We go 2 against 1. Maybe he rushes a little bit, he stays down, center the puck. Really good intent to center the puck, so that's what you want to do in that situation. So as you can see, what they're trying to do is just to keep the puck in this area, so the Turkish team doesn't have the chance to move it out in any of those directions. But something happened and they get a call against. And now we see a free puck for Turkey, so they decide to go to the wall. Kiwi sees the option to the and they switch it. Oh, that was so cool. So we will see that in a minute. But he keeps the puck. Let's see if he can keep it centered. That's a beautiful drive. Ooh. Let's see if they can keep it in there. And we have a call. That is so unlucky. That is so unlucky because it was a beautiful, beautiful move. And it's not just like one guy move. It was a collective thing. That was super unlucky. So let's see again. If we can slow that one. So we get the flick. We get number 2 ripping the puck. And he curls. So he could have gone this window, right? Which is what they have done in previous situations. What that's create is just for the players, for the black players that are here, 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 is that they don't have to swim as much because they just need to come down and hit you, right? Is way easier. But he decides to pretend he's going this window, and then he goes with number 10. I'm not sure if number 10 right now is the center or is the fullback. Either would work, so he's just facing back, and look what he does. So he gives the puck number 10. He curls and he flicks straight away. So he was about to get hit. If he gets hit, it's pretty much game over. So he had all that left-handed forward from Turkey would have had all the space in the world to swim. He just quick enough to flick it out of his range, and he flicks it, and now they have space. They found space. So now these guys that were already committed here, they need to move. They need to move this direction. So they have to stretch, and you spend energy, right? So by the time they get there, they won't be as fresh. And you create space, you create opportunities by moving the puck. That was beautiful, and already they have that forward coming down. So I think this forward, in a more traditional sort of structure, he would have been on the outside. What I mean by going on the outside is being an option on this wall. So even if he gets, so I understand maybe he saw more opportunities to get the puck here in this area. But what happens when you go to the outside is that this guy has to engage with you. So if he just had swam to the outside to give this guy the option to flick to the wall, he needs to commit to him, and he creates a window here for maybe the other forward or for himself. That didn't happen. He decided he was more useful to be in the middle, which is not a big deal. So let's see it once again. No, from the beginning. Flick, rip, give it to the center, give it to the offside, and gives to the forward. He keeps the puck. He curls to the inside. Good decision. He flicks to the other forward, and now the off wing that they call, or the off defender, he joins the drive. He pushes. You have one more back ready to go, and it's over. So it was a beautiful play from New Zealand, and we see timeout for Turkey because they got a little bit lost there. The Kiwis did an amazing job at moving the puck. They have a little break, very smart to get the timeout there. So good coaching. So here we can see, look at the right forward, so we can see him right here. And I just found that interesting, so I just wanted to point it out. They go the other way, and there he goes back. So look at him, he goes up, and he's just very conservative, and he goes behind the puck to make sure no one breaks through. He's just sitting there watching, making sure everything. When the puck goes up, then he this is one more option to join that drive. But then he sees he's not on yet. So he's like, oh, wait, I won't commit. And now he's more defensive. So they lost possession, and now he's pretty much the last guy. And he stops the drive. The Kiwi was just good enough to keep it centered and to keep the drive, and they keep driving, and he can make it happen. That was really nice. I think maybe he I don't know if he could have curled there and find a position. He was just surrounded by too many guys. But it was beautiful drive. So let's see it again. The Kiwi start flick chase. Then we have players 12 back to the middle. Beautiful play. Player number 10 swims through 1, swims through 2. And then he doesn't have that range now. I think that's the only thing he could have done, because if he wanted to curl, had 2 guys on him, he just didn't have that range in the wrist to make that flick happen. But it was very impressive. So yeah, it looks like the Turkish forwards have a very interesting defensive role. So once they see is not on for them to be part of that drive of 3 forwards, they just go very conservative, and they just one more guy in the defense. And there we go, another switch from New Zealand. That was really beautiful how they managed to absorb that pressure. Let's watch that again. So Turkey goes again to the wall and try to drive that there in numbers, posing their physicality and their strength. And then we have, yeah, there we go, and they start the drive, and Kiwi gets the puck, rips it, and flicks to the outlet. So that's super cool. He rips the puck from this Turkish player. He rips it in this way, and he sees he's about to get hit from the guy who is double teaming there. So he sees that, and he releases on the outlet, which is coming down in this direction. So they found space and they swim around all that pressure. So now these guys that are around there, they have to swim an angle and waste some energy to stop them from swimming around. Let's see if they manage to swim around them or not. So he flicks to the outlet, swim around them, and they have all that space. Let's see what he decides to do. He decides to curl, resetting the puck again to the middle, and he loses the puck. Good job, that left defender. He swims, but yeah, they seem not to be able to keep the puck at the end of the drives. So they give Turkey the chance, and then the Turkish player again. So that's like very junior sort of very common mistake to see in junior hockey. They just get rid of the puck. So when you play in 2 meters hockey and you have a lot of fitness and players around you, so flicking and chasing is a good thing, because you turn the opposition back and you create opportunities for yourself and your team. But when you play in 3 meters, and sometimes your teammates won't be there all the time, so you need to give them a little bit of time. So getting rid of the puck instead of moments is just not the best option. So that Turkish player could have been more patient as well. Okay, now we have Turkey, advantage puck in front of the goal tray. Still 1-0 up for them. Yeah, and they're not even interested to go near that goal tray. They just try to keep it safe. 1 minute to go, 1 minute and a half. So it's pretty smart. You're about to win a very tough competed semi-final. So yeah, probably attacking the corner and see if you can create an opportunity that is safe and you can score from there, then good. If you don't need to rush, you're winning, right? So let's see what the Kiwis can come up with. And then decide to go to the wall. Again, the Kiwis, I think they've tried playing the space in a few of the last situations. So yeah, probably going to the wall, 1 minute to go is you won't get as many opportunities from that. And just the Turkish look really strong in their body position. They're really flat on the bottom. So, and they have created another opportunity. The last one. Ooh, let's see if they can keep it centered. No, that was nice. Good effort from New Zealand there. And Turkey wins the semi-final. It was an amazing match. We will see we saw in the next match that they played. Turkey wins the gold medal. The current world champions. Well done to both teams. You guys did an amazing job. Remember, all the things that I'm pointing out here, they're just basically little details, but I'm not trying to criticize or anything like that. You guys played an amazing game. That was very competitive, so you should be proud of that game, both teams. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed this little talk about underwater hockey, analyzing some of those situations and see what happened. I hope you liked it. If you liked it or you didn't, just let me know in the comments. Share it with your friends if you think it was useful for you. Remember, you can get coaching one-on-one from me, and the only thing you need to do is just send me a message, and I will give you all the tools for you to be in a successful path of underwater hockey performance, and like I will help you with this kind of stuff. So I will break down situations of your games or anything like that. So if you feel like you want to get coaching from me, just don't hesitate, just send me a message, and I will be super happy to help you. Okay, see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoy it. Cheers.